Dog went missing from the forest. After 7 months, their owners got very shocking news. A lost sheepdog wanders deep into the vast forest, far from home. When a farmer stumbles upon him, he shares an unexpected tale. One that reveals a gripping journey of survival, hidden mysteries, and a heartwarming reunion that no one ever imagined. In a picturesque village, a remarkable sheepdog named Wally lives with his owner, Joan. She runs a small sheep farm, and every morning, they tend to their flock together, guiding them through the lush green fields and keeping them safe. The mysterious disappearance. One day, while Joan was rescuing a sheep tangled in branches, she suddenly realized that Wally was missing. She glanced around, expecting to see him nearby, but he was nowhere in sight. Wally never wandered far, and he always came running when she called, yet this time, there was only silence. A wave of worry washed over her as she hurried through the meadows, calling his name, her heart pounding with every unanswered shout. It was as if Wally had vanished without a trace, leaving Joan deeply concerned. She spent the entire day and night searching for him, calling his name through the fields and woods. Desperate to find him, she put up missing posters in her village and neighboring towns, clinging to the hope that someone might have seen him. But despite her efforts, there were no clues. Wally was still missing. Joan was left with a lot of questions and no answers. This incident made Joan very sad. She used to have a sheepdog named Wally, but one day, Wally disappeared and Joan was heartbroken. She missed him terribly and hoped every day that he might come back. A surprise call. 7 long months had passed and Joan's hope began to fade. Then, out of the blue, she received a surprising phone call. It was from a sheep farmer who lived far away. He told Joan something she never expected. A few days earlier, the farmer was walking in the woods near his farm, looking out for wolves. Suddenly, he found a very thin and injured dog. The poor dog was weak, hungry, and almost not alive. He had dirty and matted fur, a long scar on his side, and a limp in his leg. The farmer felt sorry for the dog and decided to take it home. He took care of the dog, feeding it and helping it recover, not knowing who the dog really was. When the farmer took the dog to the vet, they found out that it was a sheepdog that had been vaccinated as a puppy. However, the dog had been through a tough journey, facing dangers like wolves and bears. But things got interesting when the farmer saw a poster in the village asking for a lost dog named Wally. He compared the picture on the poster to the dog he had rescued and realized it was Wally, the missing sheepdog that had been lost for 7 months. Joan, who had been hoping for Wally's return, was overwhelmed with emotions. She felt relieved and happy knowing that Wally had not disappeared forever. The heartwarming reunion. Joan couldn't wait to see Wally again, so she hurried to the farmer's house, which was a few miles away. The big fields and the fresh smell of grass made her even more excited. When she knocked on the farmer's old door, the amazing sight of Wally standing there filled her with hope. Wally looked older but still had a familiar spark in his eyes. He had gained some weight, his fur was clean and shiny, and his scar had healed. Joan couldn't hold back her tears as Wally happily ran towards her, barking joyfully in the countryside. She hugged him tightly, feeling his warm and soft body. She felt a wave of relief and happiness, knowing that Wally had survived and was back with her. The reunion was a mix of feelings for Joan. Wally's muddy paw prints on the porch of the farmhouse signaled the start of a new beginning. The new adventure. When Wally reunited with the sheep after 7 months, he got super excited and started jumping around like a happy puppy. It was clear he missed them and his job as a sheepdog. The next morning, as Joan got ready for the day, she was happy to see Wally already working, herding the sheep towards the meadow. Even though he was 7 months older, he had a lively energy in his steps. But many of the sheep Wally knew had passed away, and the younger ones weren't used to him. They kept wandering towards a path near the woods. Joan realized that this was dangerous. Wally noticed it too and was growling and snarling at the trees when she caught up with them. Mu's heart pounded with worry. What was lurking in the woods? Had the sheep been in danger all this time without her knowing? She tightened her grip on Wally's collar as he tensed, looking ready to bolt. She couldn't risk losing him again. He struggled against her hold, his body rigid with alertness. Then, out of the corner of her eye, she spotted movement in the bushes, something suspicious. The sheep instinctively backed away, and Wally's low growl erupted into a fierce, echoing bark. Fear crept over Joan, but Wally stood by her side, ready to protect her despite everything he had been through. Perhaps on the day she was tangled in the branches, a predator had approached the herd, and Wally had chased it into the woods, only to lose his way and face unknown dangers. The thought sent a chill through her. Without hesitation, she quickly turned and guided the sheep to safety. From that day forward, she chose a safer path, determined never to take such risks again. She refused to take any risks, especially when it came to Wally, who had already endured so much. Though she might never know exactly what had happened to him, one thing was certain: he was home, and that was all that mattered. What an incredible story. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, don't forget to hit that like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so please leave a comment below. See you in the next video.